Hi there folks, this is Gabriel Shahin, Certified Financial Planner and President of Falcon Wealth Planning. Today we're going to talk about the difference of buying a car and leasing a car. It's quite simple folks. You have to decide what you want to do when you want a new vehicle. Now if you see yourself turning over cars quite frequently, let's say less than 5 years, a lease may make sense for you depending on the type of car. If you hold on to your car for 5 to 7 plus years, well, it may make sense for you to buy the car outright. Why? Because then eventually lease payments go on forever, where in fact buying a car does not. You can have a 5-year, 6-year, up to 7-year loan on that car. Now, miles, if you put in a lot of miles on the car, well, on a lease you only get maybe 10,000, 12,000 or 15,000 miles on an annual basis. Anything over that you have to pay extra on. If you own the car, you can put as much miles on as you want. Keep going here, the type of car. If you're buying a Toyota or a Honda, well, those typically retain their value much longer after 3, 5, 10 years. Versus if you're buying a luxury car like an Audi, a Mercedes, or a BMW, those don't retain the value as well as those other type of cars. Plus, in a lease or a regular car that you purchase, you typically have a manufacturer warranty, let's call it 36,000 miles, 3 years. Well, the lease that ends in 3 years, that's fine. You had it under warranty. Well, if it's an Audi, BMW, or Mercedes, and now you own the car, the maintenance is much more expensive when you own it after those 36,000 miles versus a lease. You never really have to worry about any issues that happen with the vehicle because it's covered under the warranty. The technology, if you're not really big into technology, maybe buying a car is good because the technology changes every 3 to 5 years. I remember when Bluetooth first came out, then backup cameras, then satellite. Well, now there's like auto assist where it'll literally keep you in your lane even as the freeway is turning. It'll keep you in the lane, and adaptive cruise control. You kind of don't have to do anything. To an extent, of course, you know what I'm talking about. So my point is, if you like that technology, and that's great for you, well, that's where a lease is good. Why? Because every 3 years, the new technology does come out. And I'll take it a step further. If you're maybe you're getting older and you're not as good of a driver, a lease may make sense because the technology is getting better and better and better. And frankly, if you do end up getting in fender benders and those cars get registered as being an accident, they are worth less, and a lease may make much more sense than buying the car outright. And that's really the big point here. If it makes sense to buy versus a lease, depending on your situation, if you buy, you have to decide what are you going to do. You're going to pay cash. Some people say, yeah, I have a retirement account, just take it out. Yeah, but you're taking it out, you got to pay taxes on the federal and potentially state level. Okay, well, if the interest rates are maybe 3, 4, 5%, maybe you want to take a look at getting a loan. We typically say if it's under 4.5%, 5%, you could go ahead and look to take out a loan. Why? Well, U.S. Treasury alone is 4 to 4.5%. So it may make sense to finance the vehicle, especially if, God forbid, you total the car in the first 6 months. You're out of that money. You spent $50,000 on a car, the insurance company may only give you $40,000. Why is that important? Because if you have a car that's financed and you owe $50,000 on the car, you finance the whole thing. Well, maybe if you get in an accident in 6 months, you maybe only owe maybe $46,000, $47,000. And if you only owe $40,000, or they only give you a check for $40,000, you can get gap insurance, not from the dealer that's selling it to you. That's much more expensive. But through your insurance, it maybe costs an extra $1 to $2 a month, assuming your car is under $75,000, depending on your insurance company. Could make a lot of sense for a hedge of that as well. If you have any questions, please reach out to us below.